Have you ever wondered how a single picture, a single character, can tell a story that's millions of years old? Well, today we're going on an amazing adventure through time to unlock the secrets of some incredible Chinese characters. We're going to go from the age of dinosaurs all the way to the mysteries of the future, just by using the power of language. You ready? Let's dive in.
Okay, so our journey starts way, way back, a mind-boggling 65 million years ago. This is when the largest animals to ever walk the planet were in charge. But, how do you even begin to talk about a time that long ago?
You do it with these, the building blocks of language. Honestly, you should think of Chinese characters as tiny little time capsules. Each one is both a picture and a story, and they hold all these clues to an ancient world.
So our first stop is the world these dinosaurs lived in. They were the absolute kings of the land. And that word right there, land, well, that gives us our very first character to explore.
All right, here's our first one, Lu. And we say it, Lu. It's a nice, sharp, falling tone, Lu. It means land. Now, the key to remembering it is right there on the left side, that little symbol. It's called the mound radical. And doesn't it kind of look like a little hill, a piece of land? So whenever you see that part, just think solid ground. That's Lu. Lu, land.
Okay, let's buckle up and fast forward through millions of years of history. We're about to land somewhere around 3,000 years ago in ancient China, right at a moment when something totally revolutionary happened.
And this is it, right here. Carved into ancient bones, we see the actual birth of writing. These are the very first Chinese characters, or what we call Hanzi, Hanzi. This single invention changed everything. It allowed knowledge to finally travel through time.
This brings us to our next character, Han, pronounced Han. It's that sharp fourth tone again, Han. This refers to the Han people and the Chinese language itself. And to remember it, just look at that radical on the left. See those three little dots? That means water. It connects the character to the great rivers where Chinese civilization was born. Water is life, right? And it's right at the heart of the character, Han.
So let's just step back for a second and look at the big picture. You go from these first simple scratches on a piece of bone to all the crazy achievements of the modern age, and you realize the pace of human innovation just exploded. The timeline starts to get really, really crowded.
And now we're going to leap right into the 20th century, an era of just explosive innovation. This is when we really started building modern wonders. I'm talking about machines that would change the entire world.
And check this out. A perfect example, one of the very first robots, all the way back in the 1930s. This really marks the time when we began to manufacture complex devices. And the word for to manufacture is Zhizao, Z-I-Z-A-O-D.
Let's break this down, because it's super useful. First, you have the action, 制造, 制造. That's the verb, the act of making something. And then you have the result, 气, pronounced 气. That's a sharp qi. This is the thing that gets made, the device or the tool. If you look closely at qi, it's actually made of four mouths or call surrounding a central point. You can think of it as a bunch of different items or containers. So you use the action 制造 to make the object qi.
Okay, so from building things on Earth, our timeline is about to take us on one of the boldest journeys in human history. We're actually leaving our planet behind.
The year is 1969. And humanity does something that people thought was impossible. We reach the moon. This one image just captures a dream that was held by millions of people for centuries.
And of course, the moment was immortalized by these famous words, spoken by Neil Armstrong, echoing across space and time. A small step for one person, but a giant leap for all of us.
The character for this amazing action is Deng, pronounced Deng. That's a nice, high, flat tone. Deng. It means to ascend or to board. Now, to remember this one, look at the top part. See it? It kind of looks like 2 feet, stepping upwards. And the bottom part originally showed a ritual vessel, so you can picture someone ceremonially stepping up onto a platform. Astronauts Deng the moon.
And of course, when you step on a new world, you leave something behind, a trace, a footprint. And that brings us to the character Ji, pronounced Ji, another fourth tone. Ji. This one has a fantastic clue built right in. The radical on the left side means to walk. So a Ji is the mark that's left behind by walking. Those footprints on the moon? A perfect Ji.
You know, those footprints on the moon connected us to a whole new world. But in the next chapter of our story,
A totally different invention would connect the entire Earth in a way nobody could have even imagined. Welcome to our world, right now.
This century has been defined by the computer network, or 网络, 网络. The character we're focusing on is luo, pronounced luo. That's a falling, luo. The key is right there on the left. That's the silk radical. Just imagine all these fine silk threads being woven together to make a net. A digital network is just like that. Millions of invisible threads connecting all of us. That's luo.
Wow. Okay, so we've seen dinosaurs, ancient scripts, robots, moon landings. We've seen the whole world get connected. Our timeline has basically brought us to today, which means there's really only one place left to go.
The future. In Chinese, 未来, 未来. What comes next? Our timeline ends with a big question mark because, this is the part of the story that we all get to write.
And that brings us to our very last character, wei, pronounced wei, another fourth tone, wei. It means not yet. This character is just beautiful. First, picture the character of a tree, which is mu. Now look at wei. It's the same tree, but see that new, shorter branch growing right at the top? It symbolizes new growth, potential, everything that has not yet happened, the future.
So our journey through time ends not with an answer, but with a question for you. We've seen how language has recorded our entire past, but now the timeline points forward. So, what will you create in the Meet-I?